YouTube too. I'm trying to sync. Good morning. Oh, you ain't ready. I am live. Good morning, Alice. I'm gonna get it together. Give me time. Yes, I have on Slack. Are these slacks? Jeans and a shirt. I had on a sweater this morning, but oh my god. See, every now and then the Jolly Green Giant stands over me and he goes like this. That's what my hot flashes are like. I don't know about other women. Woo wee. That heat, that hot flash. I don't even know why they call it a hot flash, because it stayed with me for a minute. And then get cold. Because that's the body. That's how the body does. You get too hot, the body's gonna do what it has to do to cool you down. Then you get to trembling, then you get hot again. Come on now. Okay. Yes, I did. I ain't got a drink. But, okay, watch me rationalize this. I didn't go get a coffee. I need to stop shaking. Don't touch the table. I didn't go get a coffee. This is a chai tea. Chai frozen blended something. I'm going to try to raise this up. See all my chins and stuff. Ew, we want to do that. We want to fix. Wait a minute. Hold on. No, I don't care. I was messing around. I really. Hey. Oh wait, Max. You know what? I don't even need this top on here. I do. Watch me knock it over because I'm so graceful. Anyway, this is it's a chai tea blended something. It's good. She gonna ask me, did I want some coffee in it? Yeah. But it's chai tea. I don't like to be too stupid when I'm ordering coffee, but I love to go up in there and tell them I want a vanilla brasse, 170 degrees. But some people be up in there, I need a soy mocha choco with the nut. And I love chocolate. And it's funny, I don't like mochas. I do not like mochas. I don't like them. I mean, I like hot chocolate. That's all right. But for some reason, I don't like hot chocolate and coffee together. I'm going to learn to talk to this YouTube too. I have to set up this YouTube channel because I have goals. Not popularity goals. Nothing like that. It's just, I know I can help, and I'm going to have a fit if I can't help some kind of way. And I know I can help. I can help through Facebook. Excuse me, but I can help through YouTube too. I'm emulating people. What am I looking over there for? Because the speaker. Okay, this is Alice just talking about Alice, okay? This is a mental health healing journey I'm on. I'm cuckoo. My cuckoo is flying high this morning. Trust me. I was at the grocery store early this morning proclaiming that I needed ice and bread. I just needed to go. And looked for the first humanoid I could find that would make eye contact. And it was on. I was seriously trying to act like I wasn't trying to make eye contact, but if so, and sometimes I hear in the background, the little voices saying, "Don't look thirsty, don't look anxious," right? Because I'll see somebody coming way down the aisle, and I'm making eye contact. Hey, you see me? I'm the only one over here by the chicken. And then, I have to realize I am not the only nut out at 6:00 in the morning picking over chicken that I really don't need because there's chicken at home in the freezer frozen, making eye contact with other people whose cuckoos is flying. Really, I'm out there making contact with like-minded individuals. Trust me. I'll be in my element. Shit, we all out there cuckoo in hell, nodding, doing this, doing that, not saying shit at all, stopping and talking to the frozen vegetable. Shit, I ain't the only one doing it. Touching shit, putting it where it don't belong. If anybody in any grocery store gets angry because there's stuff in the wrong place, I put it there. But I don't put perishables in non-perishable areas, okay? Yeah, I might put the eggs over there in the meat department if I find something better and realize, oh, I just bought some eggs, okay? I'm not walking all the way back to the butter. I'm not walking all the way back to the butter to put the eggs up. I'm over here by the meat. It's cold. It's cold. You know, somebody work up in there. You walk by there, you saw them eggs over there by the hamburger meat. You know they belong there. Don't be walking by and pick them eggs up, put them back where they belong. That's like walking by that piece of paper. Shit, I don't know why I hear mama hollering every time I step over a sock in my own house. Oh, you just gonna step over that like you don't see it? Yeah, mama. I am. And then I end up on my ass, right? I'm serious. I have been walking around in this house the last few days saying to myself, Alice, the major cause of death for elderly individuals is falls. Pick that shit up. Move that shit out the way. I bit the dust. And I mean, I bit the dust like somebody had tackled me from the side. Every time I think of that fall, I don't know why I envisioned the fall like I wasn't in it, you know, because I just went over like a tree, like my toe got stuck. I still don't know how my toe got stuck in that position under the desk. That's what I get for bitching that early in the morning at Verano. That's what I get. That's what I be telling people. People think I just be yakking about how God does and how karma does. I ain't had no business up fussing like that. But I think I was just fussing because he was up. We do it every night, believe me, because Ronald's a night owl, I'm an early bird. So we kind of cross over about the time I'm just starting to become conscious. He's just starting to go to sleep. Okay. Anyway, I got hung up in timber. And I fell from clean across the room. And this is something else I have learned on this mental health journey. I think I spoke. I don't know what day it was. Okay, my days blend. All right, I ain't gonna say what day. I ain't gonna say. Point is, I'm gonna say it. It don't mean nothing. Anyway, the other day, I was talking about how I've settled in on making accomplishments. It's a great thing for me to understand that there is no prison, there's no walls, there's no cage, there's no other shoe to drop. One thing I did learn in all this therapy, I keep looking. Hey, I'm down here too. Anyway, is that one of the issues with PTSD, depression, anxiety? Let's lump them all together, okay? Is that often I found myself, I can't speak for other people, but I found myself in a position of, what is it called? Anticipating for impending doom. That's something like that. It's like always wait. It's not going to work. Okay, this was good, but I'm just waiting for it to fall apart. And when he was first bringing me through and helping me untangle the knots and all that other stuff, and when that knot began to untangle, Just like with any other knots, anybody who ever do string of any kind, chimes or any of that, it's all a mess and it's so hard. But then finally you get to that one string and you gently pull it and it's like, poof. It's like, oh, really? But if you pull it too hard, you do it wrong, it'll fuck it all up. Well, it was like that one string came loose and God just started to unload in downloads with me. He let me know there's no cage. There's no prison. There's no warden. There's no bars. There's no key. He just went on down. There's nobody there. There is no other shoe. You know what I'm saying? There's no shoe's going to drop. There is no other shoe. There is no doom. What are you waiting for exactly? And when I got that question, understand the words that I use are my words. Okay? So I'm not verbatim saying God said whatever. When I got those words, I had no answer for that question. You know, exactly what are you waiting for? Okay, to say I'm waiting on something to happen, what? Can you be a little more specific? Specific. However, well, you know what I'm saying. So then, I'm trying to break it down and all that. No. What am I waiting on? Joy, happiness, peace, understanding. So if I'm waiting on that, then why am I not having that? Why am I having this instead of that? Right? All these questions go on. I'm sorry, I have hair. If I want to be happy, why am I not? Okay, I mean, because that's what I want. I can have what I want because I love me. I can give myself anything I want. Anything I want. Anything. Remember, I am fearfully and marvelously made. There is no one on this earth exactly like me. And instead of feeling like the odd man out, the oddball, the black sheep, outside looking in, and all these other little things I want to add on to it, instead of looking at it this way, God made me turn it around and look at it another way. I've always felt like I was on the outside looking in. He said, no, you're on the inside looking out. Yeah, I had something to say about that. No, that ain't it. And I often tell people, I don't care how you deal with God, how you talk to God. I must explain. I have experience with God. I have experienced God. God is in me, lives with me. He's my Father. I'd say and talk to him the way I do. I just have started to publicly let people know how I talk. Okay, so there it is. Anyway, I argue about that. I cuss because I cuss. I don't cuss at God. I don't cuss when I'm talking to God. God don't cuss when he's talking to me, but I may cuss when I say God said. Grow up and deal with it. Come on. Anyhow, he got me to understand that it's like not self-imposed either, like the prison, the cage, the key, the warden, and all that. That was self-imposed. But the being on the inside looking out wasn't like I was a bug in a glass. None of that. Not that kind of inside looking out. More like I felt because I was I'm saying that like this used to be. Because I'm different, odd, special, rode the short bus up by the bus driver, tried to sit in the seat and drive, but he wouldn't let me. You feel me? I was just that close. The point is, I always felt different. And so I felt, as much as I understood nature, God, and all that, I always felt that I was further away from God than most people because I was imperfect, because I was never good enough. I was too light. My lips was too big. My butt was too big for my age. I was too smart for my own good. I knew too much. I talked too much. You understand? So all these things. And then when I began to understand the word that was being preached to me, I always been in church like a real black kid. But when I began to understand the words being preached to me, I'm being told I'm a filthy, funky, dirty rag. I'm born into sin. No matter what the fuck I do, I don't deserve it. You understand? I'm like, God damn. And I was already falling apart. The marriage done fell apart. I ain't had no babies. Let's go on and on. Help me out. How is that lifting me up? And then I'm literal. I'm a writer. I read. I don't see things like everybody else sees it. So I never understood the Bible the way everybody else does. I tried. And then I felt even worse because I didn't feel like everybody else. I mean, not... What I'm saying is I believe, I have faith. I love God. God loves me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now in this moment here. You understand? It's all about God. This ain't me. I'm just saying I didn't understand the unconditional love, number one. Because even God says, do it like this or else. You sit, do it, so you're going to smack your ass upside the head. People be looking like he ain't sitting. People love to tell you how God is love and he has wrath. Well, if you know he has wrath, why you acting like you acting with his people? People love to tell you how, oh, God didn't. Shut up. You go and work that out with God. Shut your mouth. Shut your expressions. Unfold your arms. Pull down your judgments. And you work that out with God. Stop fucking up with people. Stop messing with people. Stop holding people to the slave master's rules. And that, I mean, that's everybody. Stop holding us to a slave master. God is not a slave master. He ain't told us we got to toil and labor and pay him 10% of a damn thing. That's man that made us want money. You know what I'm saying? No, they tell me everything's been changed. I ain't gonna go down that road because I get over there because it pisses me off. But in God's, excuse me, working on my mind and my emotions, and I talk because I have to. When I first started, doing Alice, just talking about Alice, I didn't want to talk about, I don't mind talking about myself, but I don't mean like that. It's just a lot of things I've talked about. I didn't want to tell nobody. But the more I let loose and don't keep it close no more, not that they're even secrets. You understand what I'm saying? Some things that you don't talk about aren't really secrets. You know what I'm saying? Just like all generational curses aren't negative things. Sometimes they're just patterns and they're just called curses. You understand? It's not really a curse. It's a generational thing. It's a tradition. It's what grandma did, so that's what I do. You be like, why you do that? Because grandma did. Why grandma do it? Because your grandmama did it. And you be like, but that don't make sense. Well, that's what we do. That's what we do now. We gonna honor tradition. It's like, fuck. But you don't honor the human while they alive, but you honoring the dead person's tradition. You better get off there. So busy chasing the dead, people have no goddamn time for the living. None whatsoever. None. They'll wear you out. Them fly across the continental United States to stand in a goddamn park full of dead people and watch some box be put in a hole for thousands of dollars. Are you listening? But won't do the same thing while they're alive. Won't even pick up the phone and call. You understand? Won't pick up the phone. Won't pick up the phone. And then if you pick up the phone, they irritate, like, what? They don't say it. It's in there, okay, well, I got to go. You ain't got to go do shit. I know you. You've been doing the same damn thing for the last 25 years. You got 15 minutes. If I was giving you something, you'd wait. People need to start talking like that. I'm talking about everybody. Everybody. Not kids. You thumped on your lip. Shut up. No. But I'm saying, we do. We need to, everybody, and I'm really, like I say, I need to start talking in the first person. This is just Alice talking about Alice now. Even though I used to talk out loud to myself, even though I do it now, I'm saying now I'm learning to express myself. A lot of times I would feel no, think no, want to say no, and I would agree. because I'm empathic. I'm a people pleaser. I am. Plus, I'm a child of neglect and all those other things. I'm not harping on that. I'm not, like I said, all my childhood was not tragic. I'm just saying. So, that's the people pleasing. Want to please adults, want to please the teachers, you understand? Want to please every goddamn body but me. And the one thing about being a people pleaser, and I'm not the only one, is that nobody's ever pleased. And that's not a victimization statement, none of that. Think about it. Nobody's ever pleased. Not really. They'll say they are, but they're never pleased. It's never enough. The more you do, the more they want. And I don't know if that's just human nature. I hate to say it that way because that's not my nature. Oh yeah, I want some more chocolate. I do want more chocolate. But I learned not to eat that. You know what I'm saying? I've learned that I don't need all that chocolate. No, we ain't talking about chocolate, are we? But I'm saying, God has brought me to a point where, yes, sometimes I know in these last 6 years, so I've hurt a lot of people's feelings because they're not used to me saying no and meaning it and not smiling, not giggling, not changing my mind. No. And then I've had people wait or I disagree. They expect me to change my mind. I don't because I don't agree with that. I'm a grown-ass woman. I know what I like. I know what I don't. I don't have to do that. That doesn't make me, if I'm uncomfortable, I don't have to be uncomfortable. Damn near you fall off the horse, get back on the horse and ride. I done rode that fucking horse till the bones was in his feet. I don't have to get back on any horse that made my ass hurt, okay? Because I know how to ride a horse. I done rode horses. I'm just making a little metaphorical, rhetorical, however thing. I'm saying if it's not comfortable, that's for anybody. You don't have to do it. I mean, why did I have to wait till I was in my 60s to finally be able to stand up and if I'm not comfortable, don't do it? That's why I'm talking. I'm not just talking to women, but I'm telling everybody, if you don't want to be there, leave. Leave. Goddamn. You don't have to. When are we, even as humans, think about, as human beings, when are we going to stand up to say stop? No, we are not going to let two people in this world run us. We are not going to let you tell us that you're getting ready to destroy us, stand back and say, oh, okay, they're going to destroy us, and then go right on about our business and then become destroyed and then look back on and say, oh, what a shame. We should have done something about that. When are we going to do something about that? Because what we all fail to realize is that it's not just them. It's not just they. It's us. They don't give a fuck about us. It's us. Us. When they get rid of the potato chips, then they go for the dip. They run out of dip, they go find something else. Trust me. And then the funniest thing of it is I picture things in this way. Not in a black man, white man way. Not in that way. I picture it in this way. Somebody wants to be the only person left in the world. Can you imagine that? I mean, people get on my nerves too, but I have never wanted to be the only person in the world. I've seen that on Twilight Zone. Let me get off that. But anyway, imagine that. You own all the gold, you own all the diamonds, you have a bunch of houses, a bunch of islands, yachts, cars, all that, watches, clothes, shoes, and you're the only person left in the world because you wanted the world. You wanted the world. You wanted everything. Then what? Yeah, you can look at it virtual on all that other stuff, but one thing I learned as a nurse, and I'm like I said, I was born a nurse, but I learned this as a nurse. The medical field, no matter how many machines, droids, and all that they come up with to treat human beings need human touch. There will always be a human around to touch another human. I mean, humans need human touch. It's been scientific, nerdy hours. Okay, I've been. Anyway, It's been scientifically proven. I think it's foul how they prove it, but they did. You know, people have to be, you have to be touched. I don't care. Yeah, I don't touch me. Okay. You know, actually, I've even encountered that because I told you I used to be. I didn't come from a touchy, huggy, feely, rub your back kind of family. If somebody start walking up and rubbing your shoulder, you be looking at them like, for real? You all up in this? I didn't come from that. You know, so it wasn't until I was well into adulthood and married and all that. Even my husband, you know, we'd hug each other. But if somebody else tried to, embrace them, we'd be looking at each other like, you believe it? They actually wanted to touch us. But I already said we met Nancy and Paul. God, oh my God, they were so cosmic, and I've never met people like them in my life. But eventually, hugging was good. And so, I give you a good snug hug, and I don't mean no pelvic grinding. No, I give you a hug. Don't come over to me thinking you just gonna. And people know, don't pat me on my back. That is the fakest thing. That's like when you smile at somebody and they go, you know what? You just should have kept all that shit to yourself. That was so fake. That's like somebody give you a hug and go, I don't need burping. I'm a grown ass woman. Hug me. I ain't been hugged all week. Give me a hug. That's right. Hug me. I am human. I need a hug. If you getting all that close, just and then walk away. I ain't asking for you to kiss me. I ain't asked you to buy me nothing or make me come. Just give me a hug. So I know how to hug. Anyhow, I have embraced people. Y'all know me. Y'all know I get started hugging. Everybody needs some. So hey, I got plenty. Believe me, I got a lot of huggings in me. I could hug if I was allowed to. I have to tell people too. You can't get COVID through your clothes. They haven't said that yet. You can't get viruses through your clothes. Just like you can't get gonorrhea off the toilet seat, you can't get COVID off my shirt. Give me a hug. I didn't say kiss me on my neck and stuff. I just said give me a hug. You can't get COVID from your clothes. Now grow up. I'm sick of COVID. That chicken smell good. I'm making something chicken. I was getting ready to lie and say what I was making. I'm making something chicken. It's wintertime, so you can count on onions, garlic is already in there. There's going to be some bell pepper, some celery in there. I'm putting mushrooms in there, cream of chicken soup, and from there, I haven't decided if I'm going to make it a pot pie or if I'm going to put fettuccine noodles in it or rice, because I had potatoes yesterday. I don't know. It's early yet. So, anyway, I have hugged people who need a hug and want a hug and not sure. For instance, I'll give you a good example. I was at my spot and I was on a hugging thing. I had already gone around, hugged Miss D and Stella and a few other people, and I went around this way. And when I came around, like Quentin has opened up like the whole club up there, and I can't give y'all a blueprint, but if you go to the right, there's taller tables. Where there were people sitting at the table, I knew one, but don't look at my nails. I'm going. I wanted to do this first, okay? Yeah, I knew one. There was 5 other people at the table that I did not know, but I'm one of those people who, you know what? That is so foul that one person gets a piece of cake and nobody else gets any. I'm gonna hug everybody. And I just when I hugged the first person, she introduced me to the person to her right, which opened up the door. I wasn't gonna go door to door knocking and saying, can I hug you? No. But the last person I came to, she watched me hug because I'm serious. That's just my Spidey army thing. My peripherals are on point. People can't even move around me. I might as well be a lizard because I see all this shit over here. I can see better over here than I can up here. So I saw her watching as I was hugging, not staring at her. I can't see like that. Now, come on. I saw her. But when I came towards her, she looked around like, who is this person coming to me? I said, you want a hug? She said, well, I really don't know you. I said, well, I really don't know you either. I said, what that got to do with anything? She said, oh, well, I hugged her while she was making up her mind, gave her a little, and I walked away. I looked back over my shoulder. She smiled. She was trying not to, because I know how that is. I didn't really want that. I didn't really need that. I don't know you, who you think you are, giving me what I need. I ain't asked you. But since you gave it to me, thank you. But I'm not going to let you know I needed it and it felt good. You had to grow in it. Because if you let a person know that you wanted it, that you needed it, and they gave it to you, they supplied it for you, then they want to throw it in your face. They think that they done did something. And like I said, people are always afraid they're going to do something. Now, seriously, I'm talking about my spot, because that's the only time I socialize outside the grocery store. So the grocery store is socializing. For me, I don't know what y'all do when you're shopping. I don't just go out to spend money. I mean, goddamn, after all, it is an outing, okay? But we're outside on the patio, which I love. God dang, I almost cussed. Forgive me. I like it that much. I love being out on the patio. Anyway, I was eating something, and I dropped an instrument, which is I'm bound to do. I think it was the knife. I don't even. It failed. Listen, I'm gonna talk to the ladies. The knife fell off the table, slid all the way. I mean, it wasn't far, but across the ground, and touched the tip of the man's foot. He looked down at the knife, looked up at me, and turned around and started talking. I said, I know good and well you not gonna not pick up that damn knife and hand it to me. He just looked at me, nothing. You know, and he all embarrassed. Yeah, okay, I'm a black woman with an attitude. And forgive me for being insulted because you're afraid to pick up a motherfucking knife that is at your feet and hand it back to me because you're afraid that you might be doing something for me and I might want something for you. If I sound insulted, I am. Because people need to get out of that shit. Everybody don't want you to buy them nothing. Everybody don't need you to come to their house and rescue them. Everybody don't need you in that way. But we are human. A little kindness goes a long way. And I'm not talking about that fake ass kindness that people are used to handing out. Don't nobody want that artificial shit. Be real. I don't know nobody. This is Alice just talking about Alice. Alice's issues, bumps, bruises, and concerns. And everybody know I got issues with shit like this. Don't even give it to me. If you can't give me real like I give you, save it. I don't care who your mama is. I don't care what your mama done said about me or none of that. I really don't care what people say. I had to get there. Trust me. God had to tell me what people say about you, Alice, ain't your business. Because I had to get that down in my heart. I used to really worry about that. But people, as that lady right there, see that one? That's the one I had to sit up straight with not like that, but it's sit up straight. She used to tell me, when you talked about, you thought about. And, of course, I always had a little snappy comeback over here somewhere. Because mama could see out of the back of my head and she could see through the front. So I kept it there. They can't get it all. Trust. I got my skills from these ladies. You ain't going to know all of it. But I was wondering, okay, I don't want them thinking about me at all. That's the way I thought. But people I have found will focus on another person. Because I did it. Now, remember I said I'm not running through no temple town. I'm a us, I'm a they, I'm a we, I'm a she. I done did it. Believe me. I think I was having a fit just the other day. I was on YouTube and it was I ain't lying, y'all. I mean, I got serious into a serious hate mode. I was hating on that girl. She she didn't have no hair, and then all of a sudden she put her head up and she had this fine ass wig on, didn't tuck or nothing. I was like, dang, she pretty. God. I had to catch myself. Like, I know you are not hating on that 15-year-old girl with that goddamn wig on. Alice, relax. You know what I'm saying? I had to pull myself back from stuff like that. So I said all that to say this. I understand that. I understand that. I do. And the funniest thing about it, I think that's like any of us that feel that way. Like, we'll see somebody say, oh, that's pretty. You know, ooh, how she get that? I want that. We really don't want it. You ever, like, okay, for instance, you go to the store, PX, and you see something on a mannequin. I'm just using the PX as an example because you get in there and get to digging, you can find some rare finds, but the PX and them clothes, y'all need to get out that mammy made shit, y'all. Anyway, let's go to the mall. Alice all stuck in the mammy made now. Damn. You at the mall, you see something on the mannequin. Alice sees something on the mannequin. Stop. See something on the mannequin. I'll be like, oh, that look nice. And see, I do not like trying on clothes. I don't. I really don't. I hate getting undressed and getting back dressed again and then getting undressed again. I don't like doing that shit. I don't mind trying on shoes. But I do not. So I had learned to, though, because I don't like taking nothing back either. I don't like taking nothing back to the store. And I don't like sending nothing back in the mail. I do, but I don't like it. Anyhow, you see something on the mannequin, you be like, oh, that shit look good. You get it. I mean, you don't get it off the mannequin, but you know. And you go in the dressing room and put that on. It don't look nothing like that mannequin. Wait, better yet, this is my mama. Okay, I'm going to tell you how my mama described it to me. You know, my mother was good at, like, she really broke me of being materialistic, like, for one fancy car. I like beautiful things. Okay, don't get me wrong. I like fancy cars and all that, but making that the forefront of my mind, like, oh, I want that car. Ooh, she broke me of that. Now I'll explain. Like, for instance, my mother always liked Vogue magazines. I told you, my mother would see something in Vogue and she would draw it on a sketch pad. Then she would draw a pattern on newspaper. Listen to what I'm saying. Cut it out. Go to the fabric store, buy her a little piece of fabric. My mama wasn't but that big. Okay? And she buy her a little piece of fabric, cut it out, make that dress, and be in that dress that night going out. That's how bad this woman was. My mom was good. She was very good at sewing. She made most of my anyway. And they were short. Okay? That's why I didn't like wearing dresses. I don't think my mother got me to wear a dress from, I think, 11 years old till I was on the stage getting ready to do my poem at the graduation assembly with this short ass pink jumper on. But that was okay because everybody by then knew I had legs because I was a cheerleader. But nobody had seen my legs and cleavage and shit up to that point. This dress right here, seriously, nobody. I almost beat up my prom date because he was looking at my boobs. I got all upset, but my mother took me, you guys, to Fredericks of Hollywood. My fist jumping up out the water. Fredericks of Hollywood, y'all, and bought me a damn push me up, bro. That's what I call it. My breasts hadn't seen no sun. I was a teenager, right? I was a cheerleader and all that, but outside of wearing my cheerleader uniform, I did not wear dresses. I didn't. I wore jeans and t-shirts. And even my cheerleading sweater came up to here. Nobody knew I had cleavage. I mean, they knew I had boobs. Everybody knew I had boobs. I had boobs since I was 9, but you better not say I got them right. Anyway, mama started capitalizing on the body, though. My mother was always trying to get me to liven up. But my sister, when she went to her junior prom, there's a show on Netflix back during the castle time, you know, and the dresses that they wear, they little empire dresses with the puff sleeves. And anyway, my sister wore that type of dress to her junior prom, and oh God, I thought she was just the most beautiful thing that God ever created in this world. Hers was purple, and I just died. I wanted that dress so bad, and I told my mother that. Now understand, my sister's 3 years older than me. I was so amazed when I put my prom dress on. I mean, Mama was serious about it. I got my shoes dyed and everything, y'all. Y'all have to understand that. Everything I had on, my dress was white. It was Chinese silk white, and then I had a pink satin bow right here, and the bow tie in the back, and the ribbon went all the way behind me to the floor. And my shoes were, I have to find a picture. I think I've shown it before, but my shoes were hot pink too. But they started out white. I think it's either Nordstrom's or Penny's, one of the two dye shoes, if you don't know that. They dye your shoes for you. They dyed my shoes. I wore that. But anyway, let me explain the bra. All right? Now, Roger Bolden was my buddy all through high school. He's my ace, boom, coon, but he was a year behind me. He was a junior, but I took him to my senior prom because he's my buddy. I had asked this other guy, and he stuttered, and I just walked off. I ain't begging. I didn't really want to go, you know? No, I wanted to go. But I told you, Mama bought me a push-me-up bra. My titties, I didn't have breasts that day. I had titties. My titties looked like 2 yellow moons, full moons, sitting up here. I go to the door. Now, the dress was, down here in that little puff sleeve. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I felt beautiful. And the thing of it was, I did not have perms. I never wore a perm because my hair is weird. Mom couldn't even, she would press it. By the time she get to the front, it would be all curled back up because I sweat in my head. Eventually, she gave up and just started putting baby lotion and water. And so I wore natural hair all my life, basically. So when it came time for the senior prom, Mama put a perm in my hair. Y'all, my mama burnt my scalp. I had scabs all over my scalp. My mother cried. She was crying. My mother used to cry when she tortured me. Anyway, and she curled my hair. And when my hair was like this, if you put rollers in it, it was going to be curled too tight. If you use a hot curl on it, the curls wasn't going to last but till I got to the car. That's just how it works. So anyway, she put rollers. The curls were so tight. What she ended up doing, and my scalp was hurting, so she just parted it down the middle, and she put little pink tea roses, and I had 2 puffs, little curls. It was cute. Anyway, I go to the door. Roger had never seen me in makeup or lipstick, and he sure hadn't seen the moons. He knocks on the door. Mama opened the door, and when she opened the door, I'm standing in the door. She's like, stand right there, because when I open the door, he got to see you. And I'm like, oh God, my feet. I'm imagining that my feet was hurt. My feet were not hurt. My heels were no higher than this, and they were round toe shoes. I was fine, but I was complaining because I was all trussed up. Really, y'all so embarrassed, God. And then Roger, first thing he said when Mama opened the door was, "Wow." And he didn't look up at me at all. He was looking at my titties so hard. Then my mom said, you need to pay attention to her. Right? He couldn't. I think Roger always had not now. I meet him. I ain't talking about now. I think he had a crush on me then. I didn't know it. I didn't care how to beat him up if he had said anything. And I did hit him. I sure in the hell did. Whacked the shit out of him. As soon as I walked up to him, you don't snap out of it. I didn't slap him, but I hit him. You would snap out of it. But he looked good. And Mama must have told him that I was wearing pink because I didn't. I didn't tell him. In fact, when I asked him, that was the end of our conversation. I ain't talking no more. I didn't. I ain't talking no more about his suit or anything, We just knew we was going. And he looked good. I think his shirt was pink or something. But anyway, his feet hurt. And I wouldn't dance. I didn't want to I mean, I did, but I didn't. I was a weird teenager. But I mean, we took our picture. I have to show you the picture. You know, it was a nice picture. It was a nice picture. And then the after, I'm getting to the costume. My mother did not stop at the dress. Okay. Roger had instructions. You bring Ella right back here after the prom, and she got to change. You know, I know a lot of people go into hotels and all that. That was not on Roger and my agenda. I don't even think that even crossed my mind. You know, because we were going from the prom, we were going to an after party. You know, and at another location, and Mama had made me listen a pink, hot pink satin jumpsuit, y'all. Hold on now. With these frogs right here. Anybody so know what a frog is? It's this much skin. It was like this, all the way down to my navel, y'all. My navel was, you can see my navel. And my weight fluctuated. Wait, Patricia George Jean was a trip. My mother was just a power to be reckoned with. My weight always fluctuated between 5 to 10 pounds. My mother made 2 jumpsuits. Because I put one on and I didn't wear it because you could see everything. I said, Mom, I can't wear this. It's too tight. I can't wear it. She pulled out another one. She said, well, that's why I made this one. I was like, oh, God, dude. It was hard, y'all. I wore it. I wore it anyway. You know, I went out. I had to be forced. And let me tell you something else too. This picture right here, I have to go back to this one. Mama made that dress too. This dress was silk. There was nothing to it. Nothing. The back of that dress was completely out. It went all the way down to the top, not the top of my butt where you can see my butt crack, but to my lower back. It went down like this. Had crisscross straps. These straps right here crisscrossed on my back. Right? And that's all it was to the dress. I had on pantyhose. You don't wear panties with pantyhose, okay? I mean, that's why they call them pantyhose. So I ain't on no panties, no bra, because, you know, I had a little bit of perk. I didn't even cross my mind to wear a bra. Nobody said, I mean, because it, you know, 77. Anyway, and that was my first pair of heels. First pair of heels I ever wore in my life. I wore them when I walked from the car to the stage and across the stage at graduation. I wore 3-inch heels. And that's when my mother told me, she said, girl, if you don't stop riding, she said, if you don't stop walking like you stomping goddamn potatoes, I'm going to hurt you. But she found out that's how I walk. I'm trying to get some damn wear. You better put some heel under me. You want me to wear some heels? You better put some under me. I can't even imagine. I've never worn stilettos, not because I can't. It's because I'm afraid. I fool around and step down in a stiletto, break the shoe, my ankle, my shin. I walk too damn hard. I do. I'm trying to get somewhere, move. I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm trying to get somewhere now. That's how they go. Okay, I think I told that whole story. Anyhow, that was my, because when I was a teenager, and I talk about it a lot now because it's just dawning on me. See, this is what God does with me, especially with Verano. Because like Verano likes his favorite songs, I like my favorite songs. But he would be playing his, and I'd be, Verano, stop playing that over and over and over again. And God said to me, you play yours over and over. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I had to think about that. You know, like last night, I think it was yesterday evening, I did a live, and Verano he was singing either Whitney Houston or Stephanie Mills, one of the two. He was singing with one of them, and Verano hold him a note, okay, but Verano's a little tone deaf, but he was holding that note, and I had to tell him a couple times, let it go, Verano, because that she ain't holding that note like that. And he laughs because Verona will hold that note. He'll hold that note. And I love Verona loves for me to sing. I've always sang to him since he's a baby. But I start saying, Verona, he getting up. He getting up. Praise and worship. Play anything related to God. Verona like a wind up toy. He like my baby love him some praise. He loves shit. And no, you can't join in on his. Ain't that something? Because it be getting good to him, y'all. Verona being in his room sometimes because I don't like that praise where he's like, okay, enough. Let it go already. Verona back that up. He'll play it again. He'll back that up. I'm like, oh my God. And then I hear some boom, 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 boom. I look up Ronald in his room dancing, y'all. He be shit. Sometimes that shit be look good. And I go in the doorway, be like, he'll turn and be like, Mom. I'm like, what? I said, can I? No. Okay. Fine then. But if I'm praising, see, that's different. Because y'all have to understand, what's Verano's is Verano's. That's his praise, his stuff, his room. I can't, if I go in his room and straighten up, because I have to. Do you know he had the nerve to come in there like I'm messing with his shit? And I had to catch myself. I'm like, wait a minute, what you in here for? You ain't got to watch me. I ain't messing with your shit. And he don't move around and be like, you say what you want, but you ain't gonna be up in here touching things. What you doing? I don't want that like that. I don't know what's wrong with him. Yeah, I do. I created that monster shit. This is just me lying. I created that monster. I see me in his walk. I see me in his gestures. When I used to get upset when he would talk back, but I had to realize that he is saying exactly what I'm saying back to me, exactly the way I said it to him. You know, for instance, I had to break him for this because I was fussing at him one day about something. I always fussing because that's why I fuss. Anyhow, I was fussing. And he said, shut up. I said, who you talking to? He was like, no. I'm like, no. You know, because no for Verona means nobody, nothing. I didn't mean it. Excuse me. Please bless you. Right? No means a whole lot of things. You just have to watch the expressions with the no. Verona, he's like Ezekiel in the Bible. He really is. He's animated. If you watch him, if you watch my son, you can understand completely everything he's saying. And then he gets frustrated. This is what I really love about my pastor. He made it clear when Verona first came to church, and Verona was in church like a day I got him almost. Pastor made it clear, ain't nobody up in here treating this baby no different from anybody else. Because he ain't. And because nobody was, not on purpose, but nobody was allowed to. Verona just never knew that he was different. Really. Verona doesn't know he got Down syndrome. He doesn't. I mean, he knows that, he's like the other little kids around him. But Verona think he's the coolest thing since the Kool-Aid man with red Kool-Aid in and a whole bunch of sugar. Trust me. Verona think he the shit. He do. He think he got game and all that. Be acting like I'm cock blocking when he trying to push up on some grown-ass woman. You better not turn around here looking by, son. Ain't nobody looking at him. You know what I'm saying? But Verona be trying to mag. Boy, if you don't keep on, you're going to get it. Like that lady I put on my post. Y'all better know the difference between a sugar mama and a cougar. Because I'm a cougar. I'll tear your ass up, send you on with a hot plate. I'm one of them. I ain't buying no tennis shoes. I mean, I might give you a little money. I make it rain. It just that shit. I have to be honest. There was y'all excuse me. My spot brings much joy. Okay, so There's a young saxophone player there. That boy's sexy in hell. And then he got this saxophone. It's black. And he got lights on it. I like lights. Okay, anyhow, shit. It was one of my friend's birthdays, and he was just playing, and she was excited, and we was singing happy birthday, and we was dancing. I love dancing with Sharita and everybody. We was all fired up that night. We was having a ball. I had the nerve, y'all, and I'm so glad he don't watch this. I had the nerve to ask Kenyatta to go over and ask Mr. Githers, now the owner of the goddamn club, if he could give me money off my debit card. I didn't know nobody else to ask. Fuck it. I wasn't asking for no loan here. Take this goddamn card. I got no more cash. I wanted to make it rain. Shit, this little nigga exciting me. I'm going to give him some money. Of course, Quentin had to say something smart. Anyhow, so, wait a minute. I wasn't done. I'm tenacious. Persevere. I'm a queen. I get my motherfucking way. I asked the baby for his cash app, y'all. I was going to cash app a motherfucker. What's your cash app, baby? I got you. I'm like, what you need? Not like that now. I ain't got it like that, but shit. I'm going to tip you. I'm going to give you a nice little tip. Because I'm going to own my ladies. I think you cute, and I'm going to pay you for it. I don't want none. They be talking that mess. It was a fine-ass guy on TikTok telling me that we, excuse me, y'all, that women like me, we have cougaritis. And that there's a vaccine, and the vaccine is called Young D. I had some. I ain't buying no goddamn tennis shoes. I don't want nobody calling me all the damn time. And no, it ain't that serious. I don't even know why old men like young girls. Maybe because they like, look, as older woman, look, you need to go home. Ain't what you don't need to be over my house all the time. Young men are annoying. They don't be talking about nothing. Don't remember nothing because they wasn't here when I was young. Sinbad tells it best. If anybody Sinbad tells a joke about how an old man had a young woman and he had a stroke at the table when they was out. His face changed. He said, you got to have a woman with you that knows the symptoms, right? He said, because the young woman was like, the young woman was like, what's wrong with you? Stop making faces at me. See, an older woman, we recognize the symptoms, get your pills, you do CPR, we feed you, then cuss you out for not taking your goddamn medication before we went out. Listen, I'm going to tell you how bad it is. Now, I finally got in touch with a friend of mine from 30 years ago. We both old. We both still think that we can tell each other what to do. I mean, it ain't about being in love and all that other stuff, but listen, wait a minute. First time I talked to him, he made a mistake of answering my question. How you doing? Then I asked this question. So how's your health? Me and this man, we worked in the same warehouse. I'm a LPN. He was like a CNA. And in the field, he would be the medic that the field medic would drag the injured person off the combat field back to his location, which would be like a canvas setup of a hospital, like a MASH, like they had in the movies, a canvas type hospital. And then they would move them back to my hospital, which was actual MASH, which was more of a plastic hospital that was still mobile. That's why it's called a MASH, mobile hospital. Anyway, I was in the MASH. He was in the front. Anyway, so when I asked him that question, he ran it down. All his symptoms, all his conditions. And They all sounded familiar. All the veterans had him. I lost some of them. Anyway, Nurse Alice jumped right in it. Oh my God. Listen, y'all, I jumped so deep into the deep end of that medical pool that I had to dog paddle to the side and apologize to him. I was like, look, I'm sorry, but I don't care what you got. He started laughing. I was like, I don't care. Don't tell me nothing else. Because I started wanting to know why he wasn't taking pills, what you done ate, what's wrong with you, how much you weigh. I don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I care, but I don't care. I hope I make sense. I care because, yes, I love him. It took me years to find him. I did. I care. But I don't care enough to carry it. You understand? I can't be worried about what Nick Daniel doing, what Nick Daniel eating. Nick Daniel way across continental United States, and Nick Daniel is not my man. So but you know, I'm bossy. So yeah, I still had to give him some medical advice, and it was so funny that the next time I talked to him, I've talked to him 3 times, he gave me a medical report. This is how it happened. I said, so how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. Just taking my meds and eating a little something. You better be taking your medication and eating a little something. Okay, now, what else? So who your woman? Who you sleeping with? It was so funny. That was yesterday. I said something. I asked him. I just said, "Who you with?" Because we had already been over there. Every time we talk, I say that. And he was like, "Well, I ain't gonna tell you." I was like, "That's fine." I said, "It ain't like I don't know somebody to know somebody to know somebody." He was like, "What you mean?" I said, "Look, I have a niece and her husband and 6 kids that live in Florida." I said, "Also, one of my friends left from up here, and she is in Florida." I said, and he told, I didn't know that he could dance. He's a stepper. I said, and she's a stepper. I said, don't make me send her stepping after you. He started laughing. I said, shit. I tell her, I know somebody who's stepping. Not like I'm sicking her on him, but he was laughing. That's funny. So the bossing part, this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to boss him on the momming. I'm mother. I can't help it. It takes a lot for me not to mother people. I'm going to tell you that right now. It takes a whole lot for me not to just reach up and pull lint strings out of people's hair, brush their hair out of their face, fix their collars. You know, I have to apologize to people sometimes. I say, I'm sorry for touching you. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just, like, nobody can even sit down. Like, you dress something, your tag is sticking out the back of your clothes. I want to tell you so bad. I mean, my first lady's, it's like she could feel me getting ready to go. And my first lady would say, you don't need to do that. I'd be like, do what? She's getting ready to go straight to somebody's clothes. Let me help you. But so he decides he's gonna be bossy. I said, I told him about my poetry because he didn't know I didn't do any poetry, I guess, around him. Like I told you, when we were going through some tragic shit when we met. So, I wasn't into poetry. And I recited a poem to him. I showed him my book and laughed when he demanded I send it to him. I just laughed. Told him where he could probably order it from if it was still on there, but that this was my only copy. And no, I would not send it to him. He laughed like that was just not going to happen. I was going to send it anyway. So I ignored that. And I recited the poem. He said, okay, now send me that. I said, okay. Send me that. I said, what I get? He laughs. And I wait. And then I told him, I said, Nick Daniel, I said, you just like every other man. I said, you want me to give you my all, my best, my treasures, my heart. I said, you don't give me shit. He said, I'll send you a picture. I made this man spit out Pepsi, y'all. He ain't supposed to be drinking them anyway. I said, that's like telling me you're going to eat my pussy for my birthday. I said, that ain't no present. Nick Daniel a little more tender than I am. He's not used to be talking like that. He said, I was like, yeah, don't act like you don't eat pussy, Nick Daniel. I ain't him saying. I'm just saying you gonna send me a picture. I got pictures of you. I did. I told her, I said, I'm a published poet. And I'm just gonna send you a poem. Just because you're gonna put it on your wall. Yeah, you should be honored. I was like, why? I said, no, you should be honored if I send it to you and allow you to put my work on your wall. He looked at me, I was like, Nathaniel. I said, it's been 30 years, honey. And he smiled. He said, yeah, I can tell. I said, I hope so. Why you cut your hair? I said, if you ask me one more goddamn time why I cut my hair. He's like, he really liked my hair. And it's like, I'm not wearing no hair no more. I said, I don't need no hair. He's like, no, you don't. You look fine. But I remember you used to wear your hair back. You know, oh my God. I told him something I remembered him doing. So that was a 15-minute. I mean, actually, if I had timed it, I'm serious. It had to be 15 minutes, but he told me I don't have a good sense of time. He's right. Because he put me on hold. And I hung up. Wait, listen. It felt like he had me on hold about 5 minutes or so, y'all. I was insulted. When he called me back, he said, why you hang up? I told you, hold on. I said, you ain't gonna be having me on hold that long. He said, it wasn't even a minute. It felt like a long damn time. Don't put me on hold. See, people don't know who I am. No, you ignore the phone call. Don't take the call. You gonna put me on hold. Like you got a business, like you somebody. Don't be putting me on the hold. So I hung up. Hi, Lenard. Happy birthday. No, you gonna put me on hold. Don't put me on hold. You put whoever calling. Anyway, I couldn't help but laugh though. He said it wasn't even a minute. I said it felt like 5 minutes. He said it was less. He said it wasn't even. He said I promise you. He said it was not that long. I'm like, okay. I said, well, you know. I said, now you know. You don't put me on hold. Please. Don't put me on hold. And don't be breathing in the phone. I'm talking, but he ain't talkative like me. So, but I'm really happy. But let me finish. We had this back and forth argument because I remember him having the ability to do something that he swore he never did. I mean, he remember all the war stuff, even his little mess, but he didn't remember that. I never did that. I said, yes, you did it all the time. I never did. You did it. And then we went back and forth until finally I was like, fuck it, it don't matter if you did it or not. He's like, okay, you all right? I keep standing with people do that. They just keep messing with me. I go, ah! And then they say, God, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? Seriously. But anyway, I'm glad I found him. Like I told him, I said, I'm just talking. Ain't nobody trying to get in your life. Ain't nobody coming down there. I ain't trying to get back with you. And none of that. Well, you ain't trying to get with me. I said, I don't want no patient. I said, if that hurt your feelings, I sure hate it. She remember I was in the desert storm with you. So whatever bit me, bit you. Whatever got you crazy, got me crazy. And then look. No, I'm good. Mm-mm. I don't want no young man, but I don't know old ass man either. Old man. I don't. Because even though I am 62, that's chronological. Seriously, that's chronological. Because I had to tell people all the time, don't let them digits get your ass in trouble. Yeah, I get a little achy, but shit, I'm not really 62. But anyhow, just like I found that thing, just like I found my ex-husband, all I wanted to do was just make sure they were all right. I'm really, I didn't break up with Nathaniel. I was discharged from the Army. He was still in the Army, and I went one way, he went another, so was no ill will there. And my husband, even though, things happen, we just outgrew each other, so there was no hate there. I really needed to know if they were alive or dead, because honestly, spiritually, I didn't feel a disconnection. And when Nathaniel and I talked, I never really got to actually talk to my husband. We kind of talked through somebody else. Told y'all about that. If I didn't, I'll tell you again. Give me a minute. But Nathaniel and I both said when we looked for each other, it was a different span in years. So he looked for me when I first got out of the Army, and I looked for him when God gave me my mind back. So it was a long span of years. But we both had gotten the same information. He got information that I had passed on, and from what I understood, he was dead. But spiritually, I didn't feel that. And he said the same thing. I said, I didn't feel like he was dead. He said the same thing. Now, my husband, ex-husband, I could still call my husband. I don't know the reason why I do. He's not my husband. I'm not in love. But anyway, I finally find my husband. I started searching for him right after I came back from Desert Storm, not to get back with him, but to make sure everything was all right. Because once I was going to be discharged, I knew he had no access to anything, and it was just anyway. So it took me 25 years, y'all, to find my husband. I mean, I didn't look every day. Anyway, so I get in contact with him, and we were speaking through like memories, music, and things like that. And then I could see the pictures. I realized there was someone in his life. Of course, I wouldn't expect him not to have anyone in his life. But someone from our college named Ben was talking for him. And anyway, finally, I guess she couldn't take it another goddamn minute, and she decided to contact me. She said, "Hi, so you're Michael's wife?" I said, "No, ma'am. I'm Michael's ex-wife." I said, "Nothing is going on. I'm just checking to see if he's all right." She should have left it there. No, she gonna write me back, y'all. Listen. She gonna write me back. LOL. I know ain't nothing going on. He been with me for the last 25 years. Tick, 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 boom. I said, yeah, and that's why he ain't married your ass in 25 years, huh? He stopped writing me. Really? You bragging about being with my ex-husband for 25 years and he got you thinking I'm still his wife? You bragging about shacking up with a nigga for 25 years to his ex-wife? I said all that in that little statement. Don't, I'm sure he told you not to say nothing to me. I am absolutely, positively sure. I can bank on it. I can set my life on it that Michael told her not to say nothing to me. When she saw me, he probably told her, don't say nothing. Just leave her alone. Don't say nothing. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't mess with nobody, but I'll touch you. If you keep on, I'll touch you. I'll touch you. I hurt your feelings. See, and then they want to fight. That's how people are. They fuck with me. They say a little this. I say a little that. But they can't take my little saying little that. I'll tend to set up. Yeah. So, and then she probably said, oh, so you ain't married. He can fight that battle. That's what you get. And then I got to sting him too. Because he going to ask Ben to ask me how come I never looked for him. Oh, Lord have mercy. Right after she had said something, I told Ben, you tell this black ass because he wasn't where he was supposed to be. And that was the end of that. Nigga, you shacked up with some bitch for 25 years, nigga. Where how I supposed to find you at Maria's house, right? Hell, if you want to fight, we can battle all day. What? Yeah, I looked for you. But you know what? This is how it is. When you looking for somebody and they ain't where they supposed to be, you ever lost something? Excuse me. You ever lost something? Somebody asked you, where'd you lose it? I'm sorry, I just thought about that. You lose something, and you say, damn, I lost my phone. They say, where'd you lose it? If I knew where I lost it, that's what I'm saying. What the hell you mean why I ain't never looked for you? I looked for you. You wasn't where you supposed to be. What? What I look like? I looked at your mama's house. I checked death certificates. I paid money, okay, for them little lookup things. And it ain't like I don't have your birth certificate, your baby pictures, your finger goddamn prints, and your sperm samples. Okay, I have everything. Okay, so I look for you. He ain't said nothing else. He might be dead. I mean, it ain't funny. I'm just saying, I don't feel no connection. I guess I said what I had to say. Don't be saying nothing to me. Don't say nothing to me, because I hurt your feelings. I like doing it. I do. It depends on what it's about. Like, you ever get in those moods where you just hope somebody I do. That's why I always say my purpose, I know that my purpose is to be a healer. I'm a healer. I've been a nurse and a nurturer and all that since I was born. But peace, okay. Sometimes I what? Oh, that's what I thought. I already told y'all about angry sex. I'm serious. Fuck it. I don't give a damn. We are arguing. They ain't got nothing to do with fucking. Nothing. Just shut. Don't say nothing to me. That angry sex don't mean abuse and beat nobody up. It just means you got an attitude. I still love you though. I don't want to talk to you right now. But we ain't got to talk. We ain't talking verbally. But I'm saying, sometimes I just look for it. I'm saying, you want what? Really? Don't be arguing with me. Leave me alone. Don't be picking at me. I'm in the army. Listen, I think I told this story. I'm old, so I'll probably tell it over again. I'm in the army. I'm an NCO. Okay, E6. I got a lot of men under me. I had a young lady, and she was stressed. I understand. She was young. She was married, and all these other women around her husband, and people can be very unemotional. Especially soldiers, man. People don't understand, your mind is not always, don't hear that shit when you come home. Okay, period. Anyway, she showed up at formation, which they often do, and people like to zero in on me. I'm serious. Even to this day, women zero in on me. It'd be a whole bunch of people fucking with them, and they say, okay, well, I'm going to go over there and fuck with her. And I'll let them to a point. Anyway, she says to me, excuse me, and it was the way she said it. I knew what was coming. Not what was coming, but here we go. I said, yes, ma'am. You know my husband. I kept a straight face. I'm a professional. I said, ma'am, I probably know your husband. What's your husband's name? And don't nobody whose last name is this get it or touch it. I ain't talking about you. I'm just throwing this name out there. Now, she had the most common damn name known to man. Every plantation in America had that last name. What is it, y'all? Johnson. She said her husband's name is Johnson. Being that my behavior was about to become unbecoming of an NCO in front of all of my subordinates, I said to her very politely, ma'am, I'm sure I probably do know your husband. I said, what unit is your husband in? That poor child didn't know which unit. She knew she was on the post, okay, the medical post. She knew he was in that area. But I was headquarters, repeat that, headquarters, 10th MASH, HHC MASH. There was like 5 or 6 units underneath us, okay? And there was probably 7 Johnsons in each formation. And each formation, each platoon had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squads of people. And the formations be wherever they call the formation. I don't know your goddamn husband. And after I told her that, I said, I probably do know your husband. What unit? She said she didn't know. I said, well, you need to go in that office over there. I said, and find out where your husband is before you start walking around accusing me of knowing your husband. you know, and she just looked at me. Don't I know I look like that one that you can abuse. I look like that one that once you start crying, I'm gonna hug you, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna take you by your hand and lead you along the way. No, I'm also Shira, Queen of the Amazons, woman. Suck that shit up, woman. Okay. Now you showed me that you're vulnerable and you don't know anything. I just told you how to get that information. Gird up your loins, square your shoulders, put your head up, and walk the fuck in there and take care of your business. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. You just let me, I'm saying to myself now, I ain't say all this to her. I know you just let me know you married, which means you probably have kids. That's why you're married, and you're married to a soldier and you on post, which means you're taking care of a household. Grow the fuck up. Go in there in that office. Gone. Because I am not the post locator. I want to go home too. And we ain't going home today. We all going to the field. That's probably why she was there. Because everybody going to the field. And I don't know why people think when soldiers go to the field, we out there fucking their air. We cold. We cold. We muddy. We grouchy. Now, war is a whole nother thing. War is a whole nother thing. Now, we was up there fucking. Yeah, we were. Me and Nathaniel, we fucked all over Iraq and Kuwait. We did. We were laughing about that last night. He didn't think of it, like that. Because I don't know why he tried to act like he forget. So I said to him, I said, Nathaniel. He said, what? I said, we fucked all over Kuwait and Iraq, right? Don't be giggling and laughing. No, remember? God, I don't know why we just did not care. Lord have mercy. I don't know what. I know I am protected. I am, because I'm telling you, we did not care. We just didn't care. We didn't care. And it wasn't even, I don't even think, it wasn't even about sex. Nathaniel and I were comfort each other. I think I explained that before. He was going through and I was going through, and now he's going to show me a picture off his wall, because, he had his house built, and he's going to show me a picture off his wall that I already got. I said, Nathaniel, I just sent you that picture on Messenger the other day. I know, that's why I'm showing it to you. I said, Nathaniel, did you take that picture off your phone and hang it on the wall? He said, no, I'm just showing you I got it too. I said, I know you got it too. It's your picture. I mean, why would he lose that picture? That's, honorary picture. It's a picture. It's his drill sergeant picture, right? So I asked him, I said, you remember when I came to graduation? He said, yeah. I said, you remember what happened after graduation? Yeah, we drove back. I said, no, we did not drive back. You drove back. I read to you I read Stephen King to him the whole way back. I said, but do you remember what happened before we came back? No, what happened? Oh. You can tell he don't remember nothing. Man, what got him through? I'm just, okay, understand I'm talking about sex, okay? I don't know, maybe it's a Mercury retrograde. Stay with me anyway. One of the things that got Nick there, and I know that got him through drill sergeant school, he called me every day. I'd cuss him out, number one. After he tell me what, I can't do this and I can't do that, I'd cuss him out. Because yes, you can do that. You went through basic training. It's right there on the paper. Anyway, before I'd hang up the phone, I'd always tell him, remember, when you graduate, I need you naked with nothing but that Smokey the Bear hat on. I tell him that every time. So that's what I got. He don't remember, I do. So then I'm talking all this mess. So he want to talk on that thing, what's it called? Duo, D-O-D-U-O. Okay, so he said, okay, I'm going to put you on there. And he hang up. So I started doing something else. Was I supposed to call him? He called me back. Well, you didn't pick up. I said, ain't nobody called. So he's like, well, you do it. So I do it. It ring. He don't pick up. Old people. God, old people. We silly. So I call him back. Now, by now, I'm tired of talking on the phone, y'all. Y'all don't understand. I don't even. I talk a lot, but I don't like talking on the phone. It's too much. I said, let's do this tomorrow, and we ain't connected on this duo. No, I'm gonna call you. Then finally, he calls, and I seen a picture of him. Okay, he had sent me a picture. He looks the same, except he has a white beard now, and he had it braided or something. I complained about that. Like, really, do you have to put a rubber band in there like that? Really? Really? That's what you're doing now? Is that what we're doing? We're gonna do beads next? Really? How many earrings we wearing now, huh? Anyway, are we landscaping or whatever that's called? Are we? He used to have these beady beads on his chest. I asked him where they still there. Yeah, what? I ain't doing all that. I was like, oh, praise God. I don't want to see him naked because I don't want to see him naked. Anyhow, I got all off subject. Excuse me. Anyway, he pops up on there, right? And I couldn't stop grinning. And he couldn't stop smiling either. We look the same. We just old. I kept doing like this. He's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Because I'm old." Yeah, I'm old. Where's your hair? Shut up. I used to have a lot of hair. I did, but I kept it twisted. I don't even really know. Every now and then, I think you see my hair down once or twice. I mean, I didn't keep my hair down much. It had to be under my head and off my collar and all that shit. And then we like, what am I having my hair down for? But I had a lot of hair, and he just, well, you used to pull it back, and you get out my head. Get out my head. I ain't gonna never have no more hair. Well, if I see you only way you gonna see me is on here. Because I ain't coming down there, and you ain't coming up here. Don't come up here. He started laughing. He don't have no reason to come up here. He's all right by himself and all that, but don't come up here. I don't like drive-bys and sneak visitations and listen, y'all, Verona, the last 2 days last week, they got out early, okay? And I forgot. But he the bus driver knows I go out there with him in the mornings and wait with him in the mornings, but in the afternoon I like for him to walk to the house and come to the door because he's old enough to do that. And I let him know I don't want to do the preschool thing where I'm right up under him. Anyway, I forgot. And Verona was banging on the door, y'all. Boo, 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 boo. I'm like, who the fuck is this at my door right here? My house? Who's at my door right here? So I can't get to the house is small, so I got everything kind of in a place. Couldn't get to the window. I said, who is it? Verona says, Mom, open the door. I was like, oh my God, baby, I forgot she was getting out early. I opened the door and I look over, look out there and wave to the bus driver. So, okay, you would think the next day, it wasn't like Mike, who was the morning bus driver, did not tell me that they got out early. They're very good. If they're gonna be late coming to get, pick him up, they call me in the morning. If they're gonna be late dropping him out, they call me in the afternoon. If they early out of school, they remind me. They do. And he told me. I said, okay. But I'm home. I'm not going anywhere. The last thing I want to do is for Verona to come home, and I'm not, I'm sorry, this is me. I won't be here for him. Then I like the smells, he come home and it smells like dinner or whatever. Verona's funny too. I created the monster, like I said. And it's gonna be the same thing with him. It's just how I am. But anyway, Verona will come in. Like right now, I'm slow boiling the chicken. I haven't decided exactly what I'm gonna do with it. But he'll come in. He'll pick the lid up off the pot and he'll go like this. He loves my cooking, of course. But he comes in. He fusses a little bit in his own way, and I don't care. The next day, I forgot. He was banging on the door again. That's fine. That's fine. And my neighbor, I'm not a recluse, but I'm an introvert extrovert. If that makes any sense. When I go out, I'm out. I don't mind. I'm happy and I'm out and I'm. But when I'm in, I'm in. I love being home. I do. I love being home. I love making a home. Ask me how many times am I going to rearrange and until I get it like I want it, and then it'd be like that, and then I want it another way. So I still got to hang these curtains back up. I just haven't figured out because I like light, and I'm not putting them on. This is somebody else's apartment, so I'm not putting screws in the wall and all that. I'm stapling them. I paid a deposit. Y'all can paint over them holes. So anyway, once I get them up there, I have to be able to open them because I need light during the day. Anyway, I'll put them up in a minute. But I like making home. Like I like my little thing back there. I'm not done. If you can see it? That's my family tree. Isn't that just the coolest damn thing? I thought that was so cool. I'm not done yet, but I still have to get my mother's picture. I have the pictures put up. I have to get those up there and leave it alone, Alice. You're gonna knock it down. See, and I'm doing YouTube too. I'm emulating people that I see that have a YouTube channel. I still don't have it set all the way up. My purpose, really, is with Alice. Just talking about Alice. It's not Alice telling all her business. Belly aching, victim, none of that. My life has not been a ball of tragedy. You understand? I've had a very happy life. I've had horrible experiences, but who hasn't? My whole thing is to let people know that I'm healing. I'm not healed. I'm healing. I am in the process of healing. It's funny, like Leonard is here, and he pointed something out that most people don't notice. He said, "Your own one." That's true. Sometimes I just take off on this magic carpet and I be tripping. But I used to fight that, a person would say, "Oh, you own one." And I'd argue about, yeah, I'm on it. And I ride it out. I'm going with this. My insanity is on it. I'm going on it. Because I found that when I close down and lock, I don't mean go off on anybody, hurt anybody, be vicious and all that. Like a lot of people consider being blunt, truthful. That's not. You need to be tactful too. Don't be trying to cut nobody apart because karma's a bitch, Alice. I'm talking about Alice now. This is Alice talking about Alice. I do it, it comes right back. That's how God do me. But what God is doing with me, he, like I said, he does not expose me to me. He revealed me to me. He made sure that I take responsibility for, okay, perfect example. I say I'm very intuitive. I'm very keen. I know that I have a lot of little gifts and talents, and one of them is my spidey senses, is what I call it. But when I ignore it, I end up getting hurt. And I don't mean it don't have to be a tragedy. It doesn't have to be hurt like something I can't recover from. It can just be my feelings. Do you understand? Something as simple as that. I follow that. If I feel something's wrong, I'm out. I'm out. Period. I don't have to deal with it. That is something I learned. When I was coming up, I told you I came up a Panther, and one of the things they taught us was the graveyard is full of brave motherfuckers. That was one of the first things that they would say before they started teaching. The graveyard is full of brave motherfuckers. So we're not teaching you to go running headlong into anything. We learned common sense. Like I said yesterday, that we learned how to make Molotov cocktails. And it was funny, I thought about that. And if somebody was ever asked me, what did you learn? One thing I learned, don't throw it over your goddamn shoulder. I'm sorry. But that's one thing we learned. You don't throw no Molotov cocktail like that. You don't. Because it's gasoline, right? And then you got gasoline all over your head and up your back, and that fire going to come right on with it. Don't set yourself on fire trying to set something else on fire. See, a lot of things don't get. I don't want to go down that road. Don't go down that road. We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that. I ain't finna teach nobody no goddamn combat strategy. Shaka. Shaka. Okay, let me come back. Yes. Here I am, Indigenous warrior queen. Y'all almost saw me go to war. I can't. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I tell you, I'm not ashamed of the fact. I know I've been here many, many times, and I'm the warrior from the gladiators. If you're gonna get out there and do some shit, let's do some shit. What? That's why I don't even watch football. Miss D invited me to watch football at the Blue Note, and I complained the whole time. That's probably why I never got to come back. I know it was a plague, but I never went to another one. I was so disappointed. If y'all, all them millions of dollars them fools is getting, and they can't hit each other, what are you doing? Out there patting each other on the ass and all that. If you don't run down that field and knock the hell out that man, make him drop the ball. My husband, ex-husband, his nickname was Dirty Duck. He was a linebacker and defensive end. He was known for knocking motherfuckers out. That's right. That's right. My husband run fast too. He wasn't playing football and we were, trying to have kids, but it didn't matter. He had a bunch of kids around him. And I told this story all the time. My husband be out in the street, be like 20 kids, boys and girls, all sizes, screaming, hollering, waiting. And my husband would throw the football down to the other end of the street and then take off running. And had like 20 kids running behind him screaming. He'd outrun all of them and catch the football. Yes, he would. And they would tackle his ass. The first couple times I saw that, I screamed. Imagine 20 of them little bees all over. Get off! He didn't care. He loved it. But I'm saying that's how good he was. So I'm like, what happened? He wasn't even making no money. And y'all making all that money. You can't get out there and make some noise, hear some grunting. And I don't want to hear what size shoe they wear. That's why I don't look at it on TV. And them seats are uncomfortable. What they used to be when I was fat. That's why I like going to live games. Damn uncomfortable shit. Squeezing my hips. Booty too big. That's what that is. I'll be all over the place. Anyway, it don't matter. I can do that because it's just Alice talking about Alice. But another thing about the healing process, I'm gonna try not to get off on how we are going along in this life, knowing that things are happening and then going back into the drone and going back to sleep, because I do it too. It's like because I feel hopeless and helpless and can't do anything. But as I was saying with the YouTube, watching other people who have YouTube channels and whose channels are kind of in like what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help people. Now, I understand, I'm grateful and I wake up every morning with an attitude of gratitude. I have nothing to complain about. My needs are met. But there are other people's whose needs are not. And I learned the very, very, very hard way. I can't do it by myself. Though my heart aches and sometimes I almost cry because I can't. I know that with my YouTube channel, it can be opened up to donations. And I've watched people who receive donations. They tell people what they plan to do with those batch of donations. And then they don't give them an accountant's record of how the money is spent. You know what I'm saying? Like for taxes or nothing. But they'll tell a person, I'm going to use this money to do this. I'm going to use this money to do that. And because I'm the kind of person, I don't believe that charity should just be extended during Christmas and Thanksgiving. You want to give people some dry socks and a T-shirt during Thanksgiving and during Christmas. That's the only time they want to give you fresh food and warm clothes. No. People need to eat every day. 3 meals a day plus some snacks. I'm a soldier. I was stationed right here at Fort Lewis. I done cleaned the damn canvas tents, the floors, the tent poles, and the stoves. I know damn well they can house these people with them tents. I know they got enough soldiers out there to maintain the camps. I also know that there are sanitation teams on both McCord and Fort Lewis that could build toilets and showers and shit. Bullshit ain't nothing but chewed up grass coming out of bull's ass. We right here in the heart of a military town. Tacoma belongs to the military. And going up. Washington belongs to the military. Do y'all know that there is a camp near Mount St. Helens? I was here in formation when Mount St. Helens erupted. We were standing in formation when that sonic boom went off. That sucker exploded. Everybody still, to this day, believe they blew that up, that it did not explode by itself. If you had heard that explosion, I mean, it rocked everything. And then the ash came down like snow. I'm serious. I even had little bottles of ash, which my brother liberated me of, as he always was doing. But he, and I used to have newspaper articles, and I told you the Army lost a lot of stuff. But I know what the military can do. And they're just not doing it. And I'm going to go back to this too. Churches. Anybody else notice how they all got chain link fences around their property now? The amount of money that it took for you to build that chain link fence, you could have hooked some people up. I know, because I owned a home and I wanted to get a chain link fence, and it was cheaper to get a wood fence. Y'all full of shit. You supposed to be going out to the highways and the byways, right? Or you can fisher for men as long as the men you fishing for can provide. Y'all better get up off that shit. Y'all ain't hiding. Y'all ain't hiding. We supposed to be taking care of each other. And ain't nobody asking nobody to do nothing more than what's already here. It's not like they don't have the blankets, the socks, the boots. They got all that shit. Ain't nobody wearing them itchy ass socks. Shit. They could take care of these people, man. It breaks my heart. I know there are people out there, people out there because they want to be, whatever the reason. If they come by to get a sandwich and a hot cup of fucking soup, give them a pair of socks. So if they throw them down, they throw them down. That's when you have somebody like those soldier privates. They call privates for a reason. They do that kind of shit details. You let them pick up all the fucking cigarette butts. All that is called police detail. Police call. Plus it's training. Okay? They throw the socks and all that shit down there. Have somebody police up all the socks and all that other stuff, and have a quartermaster throw them socks into that big ass washing machine that the military have. Wash them all up, match them up, and redistribute them. I don't see what the problem is. I didn't make this shit up in my head. It's called being human. All y'all know it. Everybody who lives in this country knows that this country stockpiles. Everybody living in this country knows that we walk around and don't do nothing. Like those ships that I keep seeing. I don't watch the news because it stresses me the fuck out. But when I do catch glimpses of it, all those ships off port, why are they sitting there? Ain't nobody supposed to be able to tell that ship they can't come in. Turn the engine on and start heading for shore. Who gonna stand on the dock with their hands out like that? What bullet can penetrate the hull of a ship? Let them shoot at the ship. You just move to the other fucking end, whatever it's called. Come on now. And I'm gonna get back into this. They're building internment camps. More internment camps. And they got other human beings trying to be hired to man them. When all you gotta do is just not deal with that. Not deal with it. I'm sorry I'm on this. Anybody else knows how expensive it is to buy fresh vegetables? It's cheaper to buy canned, and then the can, it's not even, I'm stopping. I'm gonna start complaining. It pisses me off. Because one of the things God is not only just revealing me to me and changing the way I think and things about me, everything has changed. My appetite, my taste, all that. And I have difficulty. I really do. I have difficulty with artificial food. I really do. Anybody, for instance, I bit an apple and I'm only eating in the car, and I was getting ready to do something, so I put the apple down on the, little thing between the seats, and it rolled off. So anyway, time went on, I forgot. I was going to clean out the car. And I was cleaning out the car, And I know the apple been in there about a week. Everybody know when you bite an apple, cut an apple, it turn brown. This apple looked like the same way it was when I bit it. I mean, really, it looked like I could have picked it up, rinsed it off, and started eating it. And I wouldn't have, but I could. You know, it looked fresh, but it wasn't. It wasn't even real. Anybody else had any of these watermelons? Okay, I know. I had somebody tell me it's not watermelon season. Whatever, I be wanting them. Cause anyway, I opened the watermelon and I did just what that man said. He stood there right there and told me, if you could put 2 fingers between the lines on the watermelon, because I've been trying to learn how to pick a good one. He said, then that mean they're ripe and it's ready. And I took that thing home, y'all, and cut it open. It looked like a human brain. That watermelon looked like flesh. I'm not lying. Okay, you know, I'm a flesh eater. I'm a carnivorous woman. I will eat meat. But I don't want to eat a watermelon that looks like a human autopsy thigh. Let me my pastor used to go down, because you can go down to Fort Lewis and it's somewhere down there. I never been, but somewhere on North Fort Lewis, and you can get these big old salmon. You know, they go and they catch all of them, and then let the soldiers just come and get as many as they can carry off. So my pastor would bring all these salmon in the church. And you know how us greedy people are. Just because he brought them and they free, we want one, right? Now, Miss Prissy asked Prissy, here, I ain't doing no guts. So, I mean, normally, you know, they pastor be done good at the thing and don't have no scales either. So that's good. But it still had bones and all that. Anyway, it's hard to show y'all, but I get this huge ass salmon from my pastor. I take the thing home, throw it in the sink, y'all. I'm finna do this. I'm butchering this salmon because I like, you know, salmon steak every now and then. That was 2 or 3 years worth of salmon steaks, okay? I got to cutting into that salmon. And it felt like I was cutting into a thigh. Now listen, I was the nurse that went to all the autopsies, and you know, I know how to do sutures and all that because we got to sew up goats and rabbits and we get to cut them, and so I know how that feels, and that was horrible. So when I opened it, and I was like, I can't eat it. I'm not eating this. And so Virginia comes over. Now Virginia brave, she can do that kind of stuff. She come over and she takes that damn salmon and she do it up. She fillets it for me, get the skin, you know, everything on. It was pretty. I let her take some. She left me some. I still couldn't eat it. I never told her that because she did a lot of work. I was grateful, but I couldn't eat it. God said don't eat humans. I couldn't eat it. I told y'all about the chitlins, right? Let me stop telling a story about my husband before I've been to talk that man up and I had to hurt his feelings because you can't come in here. All the stuff I remember is positive because that's how I am. I focus on the positive. But no, it don't even make sense. I'm just gonna say, listen, ain't nobody said nothing to me. Understand? Ain't nobody said nothing to me. Ain't nobody trying to date me. Ain't nobody called me. Ain't nobody from my past trying to get back with me and left and toss some shit. I know ain't nobody trying to get back with me from my past because I ain't having that. It don't make no sense even trying to come back. I can't, no, really, but honestly, I can't even see anybody trying to come back and talk to me about nothing. Why? Because you see I didn't die. You didn't kill me. Wait, excuse me. Excuse Alice. Alice. Let me try again. I know I wasn't shit. I gaslighted you. I stole your money. I cheated on you. I treated you like shit. I didn't turn your calls. All that. But because you didn't die from it, please let me try again. How they say? I thought I heard a broke bitch say something. Ain't no damn way in the world you come back. Nobody coming back in my life. I'm talking about children, cousins, sisters, nephews, nieces, clergymen, fellows, veterans that I don't. I'm good. Ain't no love lost. I forgive you. Mostly, I forgive me. Kumbaya. Deep breath. We good. Please. And then, there's something else I love. Like people know, really, what I mean? A person never really know you. I mean, here I am just now really learning a lot about myself. I mean, not that I didn't know it. It's like I'm learning it and accepting it. And, you know what I'm saying? So nobody really knows you. But when someone spends time with you, honestly, and they call themselves a friend, they should know your character. So that if someone comes to them and says, Carolyn, I'll use you for example. Say, Alice, Carolyn said such stuff. Right or wrong, based on what I know about Carolyn, I can say, no, she didn't. Now later on, you can say, well, yeah, I did. But I got to hear you say you did that. Can't nobody come tell me nothing about nobody in that sense. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for instance, one guy, I liked him, and I asked, not at the Blue Note, but I asked a friend, I said, do you know this guy? He said, yeah. I said, what? He said, nah, that's an old pimp. You don't want to fuck with him. I'm like, first off, I'm thinking, number one, this man younger than me. All right. Number two, he ain't got no game. If he any kind of pimp, he ain't pimping over here because I ain't felt no twinge of pimpish. I mean, he fine in hell. What his old pimping got to do with me? I'm not a hoe. You know what I'm saying? He hoe all he want, pimp all he want. What his past got to do? You know what I'm saying? Am I going anywhere with this? I hate those kind of reports. You say to a guy, hey man, you know that lady over there? Oh man, she this. Man, you don't know nothing about that woman. Nothing. And see, most times I brag about this. You ain't gonna find a man that has actually slept with me who will say I slept with her. Cause see, you get to telling it. Are we gonna tell the truth now? See, I almost got beat up. You think you don't like me? I'll make you hate me. Stand up in front of a bunch of people and say, oh yeah, I fucked you too. Oh, I got it good. No, you didn't. You came on my motherfucking leg. I'll give them details. I'm a writer. I'll make that shit up. I hurt your feelings. Anything we do, you best keep it to yourself. Because okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, I made a video. Did you get paid? That's illegal. I didn't know you was making it. I'll take you to court. Might take me the rest of my life. But I'll still make your life miserable. Not because it's fun, but because I can. Seriously, people have no idea. They think they can just do anything to people. And, it's okay. But it's not. Nobody wants... maybe somebody do. Maybe somebody do. And I can attest to the fact that because someone has come from my past and I'm used to them, I have fallen into that. Matter of fact, I had to laugh. At my church, Living Word Christian Church. Anyway, I had 3 wedding showers. Got canceled twice by pastor. I changed my mind. Amen. Him. During one council, and each one was my friend. Y'all gotta understand, these were friends from way back. James was one of them. I decided I wasn't gonna marry him at one of the bridal showers, and one of them during the counseling, the church counseling. I left him over there. He was sitting on that side of the table. Pastor was on this side of the table. He said something. I ain't gonna say what he said. What he said, I got up from where I was sitting next to this man and went and sat by my pastor. y'all got to know my pastor. All he could say was, what? That's all he could say. Don't say nothing to me. Don't ask me no questions. That whole move just let you know that's the end of the counseling. Ain't no marriage, and we ain't going forth from here. Anybody want them two little nightgowns? You can have them back. I was way past the 3X at that point. So I wasn't wearing them nightgowns anyway. And the men that I was getting ready to marry didn't want to see me in one of them anyway. We want, but, and we don't just not get married. You can't be here. Shit. Because I wanted to, the thing I always say this, the reason I had so many bridal showers, I guess, because I want to be married. I like being married. It's not I don't know, I don't look at marriage like everybody else. I don't look at people like everybody else. It wasn't a prison, we were never prisoners to each other. It was really a good thing. We enjoyed each other. Just shit happened. But I wanted that. And then it was with friends, that I was comfortable with, but being who I am, I romanticized. I would downplay the negativity and upplay the thing. Like, for instance, me and James, he said the name of James. I don't know anybody wouldn't put the S on it. Okay, so you're James. Anyway, he and I, we were crackheads together, but we were both sober by the time we decided to get married. Now, I'm saying this wasn't a sudden thing. All the time I've known James, he's been proposing. He wanted to marry. He wanted to be with me. And it was funny because when I finally said yes, number one, I shocked him. It took him a couple of days to realize I actually said yes. Because he came back and asked me again, did I say yes? I said yes. I said yes. And then he told his mother, oh, God, it was on. I have never in my life, I've known that man since 1992. Listen to what I'm saying. It was 2006 or 7 when we were talking about getting married. I did not know he had all them people in his family. I must have met 7 men that looked just like, and I had PTSD. So it got to a point where, I was like, I don't want to meet nobody else. I meant that. I don't want to meet no damn body else. It was too many. It was too many of them. They just kept coming. And they were so happy that we'd get married. His mama ordered this cake. It was a cake in the middle with bridges. And a cake down there and a cake down there. And they from Mississippi. Understand what I'm saying? His mama from Mississippi, daddy from Mississippi. These people, every week they had a fish fry and all that. They fried so much fish that this man's daddy welded the bottom of a barbecue grill and they filled it with oil. And that's how they fried fish. It was so many of them. Wanda, if you looking, I'm telling the truth. And they all look like Sub James. James didn't look like the rest of them. Okay, anyway, it was a lot of them. His mama was happy, and I met his pastor and all that, and they was trying to push that damn wedding. I told that man, get out of here. Get out of here. And then, we knew we weren't going to get married, but every time we would see each other, he would propose. And the way we would see each other, this is funny. His daughter married my nephew. So we have never been able to get it. We were family anyway. So, I remember when they figured out we weren't going to get married, everybody was disappointed. I'm like, y'all trying to give me him too much. They were really trying to give me James. Here, take him, marry him, hurry up. No, no. That's my boo, though, James, my boo. But I'm just saying, I was going to marry him, and then another friend of mine, and then another one. Okay, so. But God got me a him. Really, he's not perfect. I don't know who he is. I keep saying this. It's not my imagination. I just know that I have someone who's coming who's going to adore me. And, I just know. Anyhow, I'm gonna say this too. Oh, I already talked about that. They were talking to this lady was on TikTok and she was saying that these young men need to get an understanding difference between a cougar and a sugar mama. Cause see, a sugar mama be buying games and you know all that stuff. You know, a cougar she'll drop it down on you, use you like a man, and then send you home with a hot plate. Mm-hmm. I remember I told somebody's mama, I ain't gonna say who, but I told his mama I was gonna buy a bag of weed, a game system, and invite him over my house to play. She told you leave my son alone. I said, okay. But Verano ain't gonna let him play with his game system. He won't let me play. I almost went in his room and took it out of his room and brought it in here and hooked it up to the TV. But if I do that, he'll come in here and unhook it from the TV and put it right back in his room. As a matter of fact, I found my Wii, pack rat. I found my Wii, and so I went and bought I found a Wii game at the pawn shop, just one, and I brought that home. I never even got to hook up. Ronald took it in his room, and I told you if I go in his room and start digging around, I can do it now because he's not here. But he got nerve to post up. Be standing like, what you in here for? What you doing? But I'm getting really, really good. Because I be raised hell. I do. Every morning the same shit. I got to step over all this shit. So I was fussing. But this morning, I caught myself. Really. I don't want to wake him up out of his sleep fussing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do all that. I don't, and I really worked hard at it. I would start and then I'd stop. I'd start and I'd catch myself. And then every time I do this lately, last 3 or 4 weeks, I apologize. I do over and over. And I know apologies don't mean nothing when you don't change the behavior, but I'm changing the behavior. So I'm not trying to manipulate my baby. I'm just letting him know mama working on it, mama healing. And it works because I made it through this morning and I wasn't howling and screaming at any of that. And he went right on in the bathroom and brushed all his teeth without me having to yell, brush all your teeth. Hi, Miss D. And I stay on Verano by holding his head up. He's not a moron. There's nothing wrong with him. Hold your goddamn head up. You look people in the eye. And I tell him that every morning, hold your head up. Even me. My oldest son too, just because I'm standing here talking to you, I'm not emasculating you. You hold your head up. You don't let nobody make you bow your head. You're nobody's subservient. Hold your head up. So every morning we're doing that. But this morning, instead of demanding that he holds his head up, I did something totally different. I just pushed his chin up like that, and he held his head up. See, because Verano, it's hard for me to hold his head up and do, because, I have to wash his face and all that. Even though he's 16, I'm going over. I'm sorry, my son's not going out of here. He already has a condition and all that other stuff, and he got to go be teased. No, he's not going to be teased because his hair ain't combed, because he ain't looking right, because he got eye boogers, his teeth, none of that. Stinking nothing. You hear me? If he get teased, it's because he farted or some shit like that, and Verona going to laugh it off because we find farts very funny around here. Matter of fact, I farted when I was talking to Nick Daniel on the phone and couldn't stop laughing, and he couldn't figure out why I was laughing. I had to get through it. That shit was funny and hell. Anyway, I'm saying that healing. I'm talking about it's a process, and I have to say how wonderful it felt to have him to feel that he was totally relaxed, and he was going to go out of the door, and I didn't fuss. And when I give him his breakfast every morning. It's a pre-breakfast because when he gets to school, his breakfast is already on his desk. But and I make his lunch and all that other stuff, and all those special things I do. It don't do any good if I'm fucking with his head and I'm screaming and hollering at him. None of that matters. So all the things I put in his lunch bag and his breakfast burrito and the hugging and rubbing his face and combing his hair and not fussing and the stopping and starting of the fuss, all of that led up to me not screaming and hollering, and him smiling and me smiling and me not getting frustrated. I have all the time in the world to get to the bus stop, and I be hollering and screaming like I don't. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. I do. I have to remind myself of that. I wake up at 3:30 every morning. His bus don't come till after 6. And then around 5:15, I start tripping. Really relax. Come on now. And I tell you, I failed the other day, right? So now Verano, he's just he just watches me. And I walk too fast. You know what I'm saying? And I told you, I'm the kind of person, I step on my own feet. I do. That's why I wobble over there while everybody's wobbling over here, because I've been stepped on somebody or whacked them. Really, I'm graceful like that. But anyway, he watches me now. I brought all these hangers in here because now it's time to do the closet. So, I got all these hangers in here. I'm organized. Almost tripped over one of them. Oh, he's like, oh, Mom. I'm like, Ron, I'm all right, baby. I'm all right. I'm all right. Don't panic. Mama coming home. Excuse me, Mama coming home. I've changed my diet. I've changed my life. Longevity runs in my family. My great-grandmother did not pass until she was 102, and they had to make her stop driving with her no license having self. Trust me, longevity runs in my family, and if I care for myself the way God says care for myself, then I'll be around for him. That is my greatest worry. I will confess that even though we have family right here in Washington State, we are estranged to that family, and I worry. So that's why I say out loud, nobody's gonna stop me from coming home. If something feels uncomfortable for me, I'm gonna get up and clear out, because it's not about me. My life does not belong to me. It's not my own. I prayed for children. I prayed for children. I don't care how those children came to me or what their condition was. I prayed for them, and I got them. And that's my life, and I dedicate my life to him. Trust me, I do. Anybody that's ever seen me at the Blue Note, no, I get ghost. If I get a text saying Ronald ready to go home from the babysit, I'm out. I drink on the table, everything. I'm gone. I pay this ticket. I gotta go. Quentin will tell you, I done left a couple times and forgot to pay because the waitress don't hurry him come back. I gotta go. My son don't understand. When my baby don't talk on the phone, but if he calls me or texts me, I'll call him. He'll answer, and I'll ask him, are you all right? He'll either say no or yes. Okay? And then I'll hang up. Rather he say yes or no. And if he texts me right back or call me right back, I go. Because that's his signal. That shit ain't right. My son uses his phone like a teddy cam. People don't even know that. His babysitter didn't know that. When I first started going to the Blue Note, Verano and High had not been separated. People don't understand that. When I went to Louisiana to graduate, yes. But outside of that, I didn't go out and all that. And so when I started going out, I used his phone like a teddy cam. I'd come home and I'd look at what he recorded all day. And I was quite proud of my son, y'all. He ain't got a lot of words, but I had him around some people, they've been around him all his life. They love him, don't get me wrong. But Veron was making noise like he always be doing. And his babysitter was the man who used to get a lot of the children with problems, and he would take them around and stuff. He's really good to them now. He wasn't one of them people that would mistreat him. He really genuinely cared for these kids. And he's been around Verano since birth. Well, one of the other kids who had been around Verano since birth, he was Verano's couch mate, as a matter of fact, because I used to keep them both. Verano was making noise, and he was getting on the boy's nerves. So the boy jumps up. He stood over my son. He said, man, why don't you just shut the fuck up? My son jumped up to his feet, y'all, and said, you shut the fuck up. Shit, I saw that on his camera. He was asleep by the time I saw it. Because if I take his phone while he's awake, I'm violating. Really. Anyway, the next morning I had fixed him this nice breakfast. I bought him a DVD. He didn't know why. I was proud of him. Don't let nobody punk you, baby. Like I say, the graveyard full of brave motherfuckers, but that don't mean you got to be a punk. Don't let a bully you, punch him in the mouth. One good sock, he might whoop your ass, but ooh, he gonna remember. I don't take the bullying. I don't take the bullying at all. I mean, you can talk about me and my friends gonna do, but I tell you like this: you and your friends ain't gonna always be together. People are funny. I remember this one lady. I'm not no fighter. Don't get me wrong. I ain't talking no shit or none of that. But it's a big, small world. And this woman did some treacherous shit, man. I mean, really, y'all. And I'm a thrift shopper. And one day I walked up and she was leaned all over in this. You know how Goodwill have all these little bins and you can dig through. She was all in it, y'all. And I walked up behind her and said her name. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" This woman almost fell in the bin. Oh, I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" "I wasn't expecting to see you." I said, "I don't think you were." And just walked out. What the fuck? Do you anybody really think you are worth penitentiary time from me? I ain't taking no penitentiary chances for no motherfucker. Like I said, I got a baby. And then God sending me a him. And ooh, he sent me my man, and I got my household. Look at my fish, she over there diving around. Got my household to care for and things that I'm doing. You know, I'm still writing and all that. I believe I got shit to do. But I can't wait. I'll be busy. I got plenty of things to do. And I'm not taking no penitentiary chances to lose my life or the life that God is preparing for me and that I'm going to have with my children and his children, whoever. I don't care. I really don't. I'm honest about that. I don't want no damn babies. Now, understand that I'll take some damn babies. But I don't want no damn babies. I'm gonna be carrying around no goddamn heavy ass car seat. Shit, them things heavier than the baby. I'd rather just carry the baby in my arms. Anybody ever try to, you bumping your leg with the damn thing? It don't click. You're calling me. That ain't nobody but Audrey from Social Security. She don't want a damn thing. They ain't gonna give me no more money. Even if I talk to her, they ain't gonna give me no more money. And then sometimes I do talk to them, yo. I don't be doing nothing else. Sometimes I talk to them and I let them get all the way through to the part where I'm gonna give them my number. I'm sorry. See, that's why I'm choking. I know that ain't funny. I'm sorry. And then they ask for my credit card number. And I give them the number and start messing with the phone or something. I just hang up. Or even better yet, if they keep calling and I'm in the mood, I'll get a phone number Ronald. My baby will talk to them. He will. They won't understand a whole lot of what he's saying, but he'll talk to them. He'll even say, yeah. Put your phone on the phone. He didn't know. You ain't talking to my mama no more. My mama gave me the phone. Just like the mail that say resident and occupant, that's his mail, and Verano ain't giving that up. That's Verano's mail. It's terrible. My son, y'all, both my sons like this, but Verano, his word is mine, yours. Everything that's his belong to him. Trust me, understand, it's his, and he know it's his. His t-shirts. My son has gone from baby to 3X. Okay, so anything in between that I can wear. If I put on a pair of his old drawers, Mom, he had on a pair of little tight drawers the other day because he took them from me. I said, "Baby, your booty too big. I want you to pay the drawers." And then his t-shirts, he have a fit if I put on one of his t-shirts. He got these nice t-shirts, you know, because I dress. My son does too, you know, and I be wanting to wear his shit sometimes, just the cotton ones. Not even his socks. I didn't want to wear socks. And I had to get those extra stretchy socks for Veronica because he got my son has caveman feet. But he don't want me touching his stuff, but that's his stuff. Now he'll come and take my stuff. He'll just take it, but he'll leave me something. He doesn't mess with my beads, my journals, anything like that. But he'll like for instance, he'll come and take the phone cords. He'll take my phone. He'll take my phone, leave his phone. I mean, it don't have to be dead, but he'll take my phone, leave his phone. You know what I'm saying? He'll trade. Like he doesn't eat candy. So when we go trick or treating, you know who gets the candy, right? We're going trick or treating too. Because I want some candy. And I'm going. Anyhow, if I complain about him taking my stuff, he'll say, "Mine yours." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Mine yours." He's been saying that since he could first talk. So everything that is mine is his and mine. It's always been that way. Always been that way. So he's good. And he's Ronald, he's pretty cool. I don't I get upset because I can't hold him. He doesn't need me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I created that monster. Both my boys, I raised them to want a woman, not need one. And and I mean, really, when I say that, I mean, both of them can. Verano knows how to iron. He knows how to wash. He take care of himself. He knows how to fix all his meals. Because sometimes I get really sick, and I don't have to take care of him that day. He can take care of himself. He knows how to make Kool-Aid, get his juice. He knows how to bathe. He knows not to open the door, all that kind of stuff. So I'm proud of that. Like my oldest son, he's a very good dad. He never has not have a job. He sticks and stays. I'm proud of that. I'm very proud of that. But Verano is a cock blocker. If anybody does not understand what a cock blocker is, Google cock blocker and my baby's picture will pop up. Like, Verano there. Nathaniel was talking on the phone. I had him on speaker. And he laughed, Verano. He laughed. He said, "Ha, ha, ha." Verano said, "Ha, ha, ha." And Nathaniel, because when I first told him, the first time he heard Verano, I said, "That's my son." He said, "Your son?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I thought you couldn't have kids." I said, "I can't." And then I said, "You remember I had Kenneth?" He remember I had Kenneth. And I said, "Well, I got another baby the same way." So anyway, he was listening. And I found out he had an accidental one. All I am is being mad. I didn't ask how old the kid is. He's still mad about it, how old the kid is. Should have wrapped it up. That's what you get. You old enough to do it. You old enough to put something on it. Women aren't asexual. We're not roaches. Okay? She didn't get pregnant. You got her pregnant. Okay? Now, so there you made a human deal with it. Shut up. Anyway, Verone, he's a pretty cool dude. The only thing, like, I get frustrated because on the one hand, he's perfectly normal, and then on the other hand, I can see where he gets confused, and I'll be like, "Why is he confused?" I sit in my head, "Why is he doing that?" And it's because that's his, his disability. Like, for instance, when I go to his class, I'll go in his class and straighten him out. So if he's in there doing what, like, for instance, I don't like for him to be beating on the desk, any of that kind of crazy shit. You understand what I'm saying? You get yourself under control. And I mean that. And so when I come in, 9 times out of 10, he straightens up. And his teachers have to laugh. It's like, Verano is known for it. In fact, when I get his little IEPs and reports, they report how he's responsible, how he's like the head of the class and everything. And I always make sure that everybody, the bus drivers and everybody understand this. Verano Alpha. They look at me so funny. Verano Alpha. If you let him, my son will take over your class. He'll be pushing people around in wheelchairs, changing diapers, running up and down the hall. Verano is a leader. And if you let him have the lead, he gonna take it. He gonna take it. And then I found out he was taking his phone to school. He psyched me out. We have a phone plan, so there was an extra phone. And then I bought myself a phone for my birthday 2 years ago with my never get a new phone ass. I still got that phone. So I have that phone, but there's 2 phones on this one plan. So he left his one phone here. I'm like any other mother. I see the phone on his desk in his room. I don't think he took it. He knows he don't take his phone to school. You don't go to school to be on your phone. What you in school for? Pay attention. You ain't up in here to act a fool. You ain't gonna be up in here acting no fool in front of these white people, right? You already know the rules. We ain't doing all right. His teacher tells me, because if I'm in the area and it's a little early, I just go by and scoop him up. And I was waiting. I said, I'm in the back, so don't let him get on the bus. I'm right here. And she said, can you not let him bring his phone to class? To school, because he won't not use it because he's not supposed to do it except at lunch. He had to earn those privileges, the computer and all that. And I said, he has his phone. She must have took the phone, put it like this. Because I said, I know you didn't bring that phone to school. He said, no. His teacher said, Ronald, yes, you do. You have it in your hand right now. She told me, she said, he just put it in his backpack, right? Now, he don't, normally, Ronald, when he wake up in the morning, first thing he wants is his phone. And I thought I was doing him a service by letting him sleep longer. But I started getting him up like 15 minutes more earlier. You know what I'm saying? And it takes stress off of me. And then he can't have his phone until either we're in the car, because, it's cold. So we wait in the car. Even though the bus come around, I ain't standing out there. God damn, it's dark too. I don't know no Bruce Lee kicks. I don't have to fight no bats and shit. It's dark out there. Anyway, he can have it in the car in the morning, but you can't take that phone to school. You cannot take that phone to school. I keep asking them, do they want this laptop back? They gonna try to tell me when they first gave us those laptops. She gonna tell me, and be careful with that's a $400 laptop. I looked at her, I said, this refurbished laptop ain't cost no $500. And she gonna try to laugh. Don't laugh. I have a goddamn Acer and I didn't pay but $235. And that thing heavy. They old. If your laptop weigh more than 90 pounds, it's old. Verano has a heavy ass laptop. You lift the top of it up. I'm scared it's gonna slam back down like my tree box. I got a nice tree box, but we ain't never been on that computer. We haven't. First time I opened it up and gave him the headphones, got ready to put the password in, and he walked off. Ronald, he didn't do any class on that computer, and every other week, his teacher and two other teachers came to the house. During the COVID, they came to my house and spent time with Ronald. They didn't teach him; they just spent time with him, and all that other stuff. And then when we moved here, we kind of disappeared. Nobody knew where we were. And then I called the school, to see what was going on, how things were going. And the principal, secretary said, "Oh, Alice, the principal wants to talk to you. He'll call you back." And I just thought that was bullshit. But he called me right back. And he was all excited because I let Verona go to school the last 2 weeks of school last year. They opened the school up where he could actually go to school. And I let him go to school, and he got to meet some of the new teachers. And they really liked my son. They were so excited that he was coming. And the principal was excited, that Verano was coming back. And I was really happy about that because Verano's out of his district. He's always been out of his district. Since I got Verano, and my other son, I advocate for my children. I lived right down the street from one middle school, but my son, he went to that middle school for a week. We ain't doing that. He went to another school. And Verano, I made it clear, my son ain't going to special education. They looked at me so funny. He can sit at home, digging his nose, and throw spitballs at each other and cuss each other out at home. No, my son has always been in a developmental program since he was 2 years old. Ronald's been going to school. And then I recently found out that he would be going to school till he's 21. But I thought he was a sophomore. I forgot about the year he was out. He's a junior. And Verano has to be, the school knows that he has to have a job. You know what I'm saying? Verano can't just sit in class and line up blue dominoes, and because he'll start to um what I call digress. Verano's very responsible. He needs to do something, and he doesn't like nobody hovering me. Anybody else can, but I can't hover. That pissed me off too, because I need him to need me sometimes. But he does sometimes. He'll come right in there. Okay, mom, I need you. Go ahead, give me a hug. Okay, that's enough, right? He will. He'll come in there and lay his big old heavy ass down on me so I can feel like I'm holding him. He lets me, because mama needs it. I even tell him one day, I'm sorry, I know it was probably horrible, but I started crying because he's too big. I can't hold him, and I felt like he didn't need me. I can't do nothing for him. I just got frustrated. I did. My son, he was like, Mom. I'm like, I'm sorry, to leave you alone for a little while. You don't need me. And Verano funny, y'all. He let that went on for a few minutes. He like any other man. He like, okay, all right, okay, all right, gone. He went on in his room, started looking at Shrek. He like, shit, that's enough. So I was out here crying about my damn self, thinking of other shit to cry about, right? Start crying about legitimate shit, something like, my crying about the kids starving in Africa. Shit, ain't got nothing to do with. Let me stop. I gotta go check on my chicken. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the chicken. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 11 o'clock. Let me get off this thing. I just been yakking. But anyway, thank y'all for listening. Remember, I said it's just Alice talking about Alice. All my issues, bumps, bruises, and concerns, and the things that goes on with me. My whole hope and my dream, honestly, is to help people heal. And when I say help people heal, it's a total selfish thing. It's all about me. I'm healing. By doing this, I am healing. I'm healing. And it's wonderful. It's marvelous. It's terrific. It's great. It's grand. And I just can't keep it to myself. It's like I take a bite of something that really tastes good. It's like, oh, here, taste that, I can't. And believe me, I say this almost every day. This was not my idea. If it's anything, I don't even want nobody looking at me. Don't look at me. God said, we ain't doing that no more. I'm trying to tell you, he told me it's time. I've been hiding too long. That's why you hear me saying I am not invisible. I am not invisible. I know I'm shiny. I know that I'm overwhelming. I know. But you can't hide a lit candle under a bush. I can't hide no more. I can't lie no more. This is who I am. And yes, 99.99999% of the time I'm happy. And yes, I do cry. I cry because finally I'm not numb anymore. I have emotions. So if the wind blows and it makes me feel like crying, I'm going to cry. And I don't always cry because I'm sad. And yeah, I'm horny. I've been celibate, damn near 5 years now. Shit. Now God done told me when him come, I need to hold him because this man ain't been held in a very long time. That's what God said. Because God know I'm going to do it to him. He already know that's the plan. I ain't saying about marrying nobody. I ain't marrying nobody. I ain't did it too. I'm sorry. I'm trying that shoe to fuck on. Forget that. I'm trying that shoe on. Fuck that. I'm sorry. That shoe ain't fitting. No, I said I don't care how I feel. We can do it. So if the shoe don't fit, we ain't doing it. And I ain't one of them. Wouldn't be talking about sex ain't important. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because if I don't even like you, we can have sex. I mean, if I love you, I don't mean anyway. Thank you for listening. Anyway, Alice, I love you. I do. I love you to pieces. All of us in here. You are not invisible. You are loved. You are lovable. You are worthy of love. You deserve love. You shall have love. Love is easy. Love isn't hard. People make it hard. Getting along isn't hard. People make it hard. Being faithful, being true, being good to each other isn't hard. People make it hard. And I know we're all scared. Nobody wants their heart broken. The last thing I want to do is to give myself over and have my heart broken. But God already told me I can't have nothing without opening my hands. Can't say give me with like that. Mm-hmm. And understand this too. I always treat life as if you were on an airplane and the cabin pressure has dropped. What do? Me first. Me first. I love me first, and everybody else gets the overflow. All right? God is good. Thank y'all for listening. I'm going to try to post this. I've been doing yakking. Everybody looking at my chin on YouTube. Anyway, I don't care. I'll get it together. And then I'm going to set it up. So then you can, if you will, go on YouTube, please, and look for Alice. Just talk about Alice, right? And just like my channel. Like my channel and subscribe to my channel, please. It don't cost you nothing. But please do that so I can get some subscribers so that YouTube will start letting me take donations from all over the world. Not to line my pockets, but so I can help somebody. Trust me, God has provided for me. I can buy my own socks. I just can't afford to buy socks for everybody else. You got it? Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do. Shut up now. Bye. Thank y'all. Happy birthday, Leonard. Thank all y'all for, hey, Latrice. Thank all y'all for listening. Let's heal, okay? Bye-bye.